Hi, I'm George, welcome to Christmas Kitchen, and today we're just going to talk about non-stick pans and what to do when the coating starts to peel off. I had some really good feedback from my friends and online, and I thought I'd elaborate more on what you can do if your pan is peeling. So this is a good example here where the non-stick is wearing off on the little ridges here. So from the research I've done, I've found that the coating, a non-stick coating, it should be okay to consume because your body won't react with it. It will just pass through your body without doing anything to you. But I don't like the idea of having those things running through me, so that's why I recommend throwing it away. Also, once your pan starts to scratch and peel, then what will happen is the problem's only going to spread out across the whole pan, and all of the coating will come off eventually, and it's not. I don't recommend cooking on that surface because then you've got some bits of the pan which are going to stick and some which are not, and that's not particularly ideal. If you've got a hard anodized pan, so that's where the surface layer is treated. The metal itself is non-stick. It's not just a sprayed on layer. It's a chemical change of the metal, and as you can see here, what's happened is we've burnt on so much oil and overheated it and not really looked after this pan as much as we should have. The coating it has formed is its own non-stick, and that's what happens with a standard cast iron pan. Not an enamel one. I had a comment in one of my videos saying that this is a cast iron, because this is an enamel cast iron pan. You don't need to season it. But when I spoke to representatives in the Le Creuset shop, and they told me that I should season it anyway. Reason why I was there was because part of the pan was sticking and the other part wasn't, and I checked it and it all seems fine, and after seasoning the pan there's no problems. The whole pan is more consistent now. With an enamel pan like this, you don't really need to worry about it scratching, because it's enamel. It's a lot more tougher and stronger, and it will be able to resist more damage than your standard teflon coating. Most people don't like the idea of cooking on aluminium, and so that's another reason to discard a pan once the non-stick begins to peel. But yes, so in conclusion, if your pan is scratched and the non-stick is starting to come off, it should be okay in theory, but it's not a desirable thing to be cooking with, and so that's why I would throw a pan away once the non-stick begins to peel off.